The dreaming, slow dying. Mm. As far toward insanity as these desolate plains run, the roiling edge of nightmare, and here worst fears bleed, confirmed into grey and indistinct apprehension. Terror to a formless, restless anxiety in a few short steps, the shifting zones. Only one thing here is fixed, unmoving, even. It, it is rarely in the same place twice. There's a story that this place was built when the first man dreamed and became lost, unable to wake. Eventually the man was shown the way back by a fox or a raven or a golden-scaled koi, defending who you ask. So Lord Shaper created this place, anchored it as securely as the uncertain firmaments would ever allow, and the story goes, the next dreamer to wander here became its custodian, the keeper of all imaginable and unimaginable directions, an astronomer of the paths of stars that have never winged to life, a navigator of all the parchment blank places on every map never drawn. And he knows where the seas of flat planets tumble into bottomless abysses, the circumference of the dome of heaven, and precisely how many vertebrae comprise the backbone of the night. Here there be dragons, he knows. The cartographer of dreams. Squeak! Not precisely, Petit Foray, but the end of each cycle is implicit in its beginning. No, you're thinking of Sir Richard Owen, the paleontologist, and his writings on continuous creation. But I never saw that connection before. The ferret is company, something to talk to, but he couldn't call it comfort. It's been at least a century since he's been able to call anything a comfort. Because he has seen it all, has charted the disenchantment, the disillusion that has seeped like old and sour blood into the dreams of man. Things sought too long can be not longer sought, for beauty dies of beauty, worse of worse. No, that's not Coleridge. He has traced the longitude of disaster with his instruments, the latitude of fate, and now at the opening of this new gyre. And it isn't so much Yeats that comes to mind, but Matthew Arnold perhaps. Wandering between two worlds, one dead, the other powerless to be born. That and something's coming, or has come already, something that could make the ladies of the Fury look no more than a strong breeze by comparison. What about a bit of tea and herring, then? New Orleans. Something's coming, he says again, fear like the metal-sharp taste of aluminum in his voice. Something's coming, Vanjie. No, Echo, shh. It's okay. Nobody's gonna bother us here. You haven't seen them, Vanjie. Oh, fuck. And the pain trades places with his fear, the need to fix and the rattle in his chest stronger than his nightmares. You're burning up, you know that? I'll see if I can get some aspirin or something while I'm out. And the slick, sick feel of his sweat against her palm brings the question again, as if she's never asked it. How did I get here? How did I fall? Oh God, it hurts, Vanjie. I know, Echo, but it is abuse. Swore he'd come through for us, okay? You're gonna feel better before you know it. How the fuck did I fall this far? 2 months since she stood in the rain of Esplanade and watched the last of her life go to ash and smoke. Too much since Plath died. Everything in between an ugly blur, and only that moment joined to this moment can be real. She cannot count the times she wished she had been the one to die that night. We're a fine pair, aren't we, Venji? Too bad there's no poor house for miserable inept witches. I won't be gone long. Promise, Evangeline. Promise you're not leaving me here. I don't want to die alone. Jesus, Echo. Just promise me, okay? I promise, okay? And you're not dying, you silly fucking flit. You're just sick. I'd rather be dead than alone, Venji. Well, you won't be either, so shut up and get some sleep. I'll be back soon. But me too, she thinks. Anything but being alone. Even the heroin doesn't take that fear away. And she knows that Echo's dying. It hasn't stopped raining for a week now, and freezing at night. She's pretty sure he has pneumonia. The rain seeps in through rotten walls and holes in the ceiling of the abandoned building, and the river's so close she can smell its mud and catfish stench. But right now nothing matters but meeting Jack Isabue, getting the smack. Not the things she's done, not the memories she can't stand, not the crazy shit Echo says in his sleep. Right now nothing in the whole goddamn Mildewed world matters but the smack. In their room no one's bothered to kick them out of only because it isn't fit for rats, isn't fit for cockroaches. Echo begins the waiting. Waiting, and it seems as if his whole life has come down to nothing else. Waiting to die, and sometimes he thinks it would be even better than the dope. Just let it end. No more regret or pain, no more bitter anger, nothing. To die, but not to sleep. That's a trick. A magic more elusive than any spell he's ever whispered, any incantation his lips have ever uttered. To die, but not to sleep, not to dream. Hello, Echo, the voice in the corner says. And maybe it's only the thunder, or his heart. Maybe it's only the fever, withdrawal taking his head apart and putting it back together wrong. Because he knows he's still awake. Stay the fuck away from me, you hear? I'm not asleep, you creepy son of a bitch. I'm awake and you can't come near me until I fall asleep. And it's me, Echo, the voice from the corner says. Don't be afraid, it's only me. It's only me. I figured maybe you could use some company until she gets back. I figured you might be glad to see me. Gabe? I thought you were still in the hospital. Fucking loony bin for killers and rapists, Echo. After all the Sorzin and shit, hell, it's more like a playpen for monsters than a fucking hospital. Jesus, it smells like piss in here, Echo. It smells like puke. But how, Gabriel? I mean, they didn't just let you out, did they? When little pink pigs recite Shakespeare, then those bastards might think about letting me out. Then how? Maybe I'm really here. Or maybe the crap they pump into me 3 times a day has finally fried my brain and I'm hallucinating this whole fucking thing. Maybe I'm dreaming you, Echo. Oh, Gabe. Maybe you just don't know you're asleep. I used to dream about you, but you stopped coming and then there wasn't anything left but the nightmares. Nothing left but him, Gabe. He even took my fucking dreams of you away. No, Echo. He didn't take your dreams. He doesn't do that. With nowhere yet to rest my head, like these on earth I wait forlorn. What? What'd you say? Nothing, Echo. You're so hot. I'm dying, Gabe. Evangeline says I'm not, but she just doesn't want me to be afraid. But I'm not afraid, not really. God, I've missed you so much. It's what he's been telling me. How much you miss me, Echo. Oh, you miss me so much you were out in the quarter, selling yourself for drugs till you got sick. What are you talking about, Gabe? It wasn't like that. Who told you that? What gets around, little girl? You never know who might be watching. No, but it's already gone. And there's only the sound of the rain outside, the rain on the roof. Alone again and waiting. Not even his delirium for company. If the woman named Eve had pulled the trigger, or the writhing insect thing that called itself Arcane had killed him, if the nightmare hadn't left him bleeding and broken in a shit-stained bathroom stall in Plev's club. If it's over, he thinks through the hurt in his guts, through the fear. If it's over, then make it stop, praying to himself, because he can't expect mercy from anyone or anything else. Now, before Evangeline comes back with the white powder and the needle that will stop the pain for a few hours, the lying shit that keeps him hanging on. Get it the fuck over with, and he remembers what Eve said to him in the old house in St. Charles. It can always get worse. The only question left is whether that's a reason to live or die. 3 o'clock on the dot, Isabel said, always so precise, and how the hell's she supposed to know 3 o'clock on the dot when she doesn't even have a goddamn watch? So she's been standing in the rain, waiting, praying he hasn't come and gone. But she knows better. Fuck you, Isabel. Every cell in her body cramping, hurting for the junk, and she closes her eyes and tries not to lose her shit. He'll come because he has to come. Because she has no other choice. Get the stuff, and maybe she'll even let herself fix before she takes the rest back for Echo. Good girls deserve something for their trouble. Almost dark, and she still isn't back. Echo is burning up alive, showering flesh inside his alabaster skin, junky heat, fever heat, and outside the rain sounds so cool. He had a piece of a candy bar that Evangeline left him, her lump of chocolate and caramel. He ate it an hour ago and threw it right back up again. And maybe she's dead. Maybe she's run away. Maybe she's forgetting about him. Oh, God, Angie. Just close your eyes, Echo. The voice from the corner whispers in raindrop syllables, soothing, water-cool voice that could be Gabe. It'll all stop hurting if you'll just let go. Close your eyes. Voice that could be Gabe, but could also be the thing with eyes like hungry mouths. Stop fighting me, Echo. Gabe. Oh. And the hurt and murmuring rain part like a curtain to let him through. Easy as falling, easy as pie. 24 blackbirds baked in a pie.
Jesus, in a go-kart. You took your sweet time, didn't you? Little rats. Christ, they ain't paying me enough to go waiting around in your unconscious, Nelly. They ain't paying you nothing, Crow. This shit's charity work. Hey. Put a lid on it, Alvin, or I'm gonna peck your fucking eyes out. Shit, touchy crows begin these days. I ain't no fucking crow.
Not a crow, Echo thinks. No, a raven. His raven. But this is all over. This is finished. And he tries to remember how he got here.
Crow. Raven. Hey, you can be a turkey. Vulture, if that's what floats your boat.
It was raining. Was gonna see Gabriel. Gabriel in the hospital. Gabriel sick. And you took a wrong turn at Grandma's house, right? You gotta watch yourself in these woods. You gotta stay on the path. There's spooky things in these woods, little girl. What big teeth you have. What big eyes. What big eyes. His eyes, Echo. Tell me what his eyes look like. The blue gape. The most amazing shade of blue. And so big. So wide. You could put the summer sky into eyes like these, Gabe. And this is better. This dream before New Orleans, and he was whole and had never stared awake into the face of a nightmare. The boy named Terry, the first one they did. And fuck, but it felt good. Drawing blood with the silver blade, drawing blood to ease Gabe's pain and his own secret desires. Stay on the path, the wolf said, isn't the wolf whispers. There are spooky things in these woods. And he's awake then, and there are other voices, angry voices, playground bully voices. Hey Toad, the little faggot's awake. Hey, Sleeping Beauty, where you got the shithead? What? I don't have any... Hey, don't you fucking lie to us, bitch. We knew you and a skinny white girl been dealing for Jack Isabue out of this shithole. You gonna tell us where you got the shithead, or I'm gonna pop a copper in your skull and you can get all the beauty sleep you want. I don't know who you're getting your information from, but do I fucking look like I've been dealing anything to anyone lately? And all Evangeline's got left to sell is herself, okay? So fuck the hell off. At least, motherfucker, or just as soon put a cap in your ugly faggot face as look at it. So shut up and do it. Then you can do your tight little gangster drama till the fucking cows come home. You can tear the place apart, and all you're gonna find is mold and a few starving roaches. You better check my asshole while you're at it. Hell, I might have half of Columbia stashed up there. Ugh! Shit, the little bastard's more fair fucking ace, and look at his shit on my gun. Hey Toad, I don't really gotta look up his ass for the stuff, do I? Sammy, why don't you just shut the hell up? Hey, what the fuck? You gonna drag your dumb ass back to Stigma and tell him somebody down in Algis is lying to him? No, get out of my way, motherfucker. Oh, I should have shot the little son of a bitch. Let's all stop hurting if you'll just let go. Just let go. And the world is going soft as Echo slips away, velvet feather sleep or coma, and the cold rain outside sounds a million miles away. And burning Echo falls. There, did you see that one, Petit Foray? Ah, the sky comes pelting down and you're too busy washing your balls to notice. Brighter than the comet that doomed Moctezuma, this one. What's it Newton said? As the fishes in the sea? Yes, well, then this one is a whale. Right on time, too, eh? Merde. And mark my words, Petit Foray, this one brings no good. This one brings no good at all. Well, just once I could be wrong and it wouldn't be so bad, eh? The what would have beast, eh, Petit Foray? Another intersection on the chart, another wrinkle for us to puzzle, another kerfuffle at the palace. What do you say we keep this one between you and me and the doorknobs, eh? No such plan, eh? Not such a bad plan, eh? Let someone else bear the news this time. The cartographer of dreams things. They wouldn't listen anyway. They never do. The gyre widens. The gyre pinches to a pinhole close. Beginnings are hidden everywhere, and climaxes are missed altogether, conclusions overlooked. And across the worlds, threads snarl a little more, fray, or entangle themselves. Yeah, well, I've had better. I've had better from fucking drag queens. Fucking surety case, that's what this is turning into, Evangeline. And she doesn't tell him to fuck off. Doesn't say that if he'd really rather have a quarter rat in a dress, there's sure as hell no shortage. Because Evangeline knows the rules. And what do I always say about charity cases? Bucky, you tell this bitch what I always say about charity cases. You mean no charities for people without enough imagination to figure out how to spend their own money? Yeah, Bucky, that's exactly what I mean, and I didn't get where I'm by no having the imagination, ain't that right, Bucky?
Fucking A.
I mean, what's imagination but another word for vision, right? And where's a businessman these days he ain't got no vision? Swimming up shit creek, that's where he is. Can I please go now, Mr. Isabeau? I need to fix. Jesus, you ain't nothing but a filthy fucking junkie whore, you know that? Yeah, you can go. But you ain't getting nothing out of me today, not until you change your fucking attitude. What? You can't fucking do this to me? I did everything just like you said, just like always. You hurt me. We'll talk later, Evangeline, but don't forget what I said about attitude. Please.
I think this is where you're getting out, Missy.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Half an hour in a phone booth outside a cab, and she doesn't even remember making the call. Just her mother's words. My daughter's dead. And then the dial tone buzzing in her ear. So, Robert Frost was full of shit, and Evangeline imagines she can still taste Jack Isabeau. He wouldn't give it to me, Echo. He made me just like always, but he wouldn't give it to me. Echo? But there's only the darkness, silent, secret as her pain. Oh. She lets the pain have her, nothing left to fight it with anyway, and I'm sorry, she whispers. But the dead boy and the night are still, and if Isa can forgive her, they keep it to themselves. She cut her hand when she broke the window to get the piece of glass, dark gash across her palm, lifeless severed like one last bad joke, and she's a punchline. The little picture in the dictionary next to irony. Just don't let go of my hand, Echo. And in his watchtower, the cartographer of dreams murmurs something to the ferret, another bit of poetry, and the ferret squeaks and nuzzles the old man's hand. Hey, a whale, he says, again, and focuses his telescope on a newborn dream, calculating in his head the longitude and latitude of fate, angle of descent, topography of things that have become inevitable. Another moment it ticks by. The gyre opens, the gyre closes, ending a beginning, beginning an end. Echo doesn't know how long he's been lost in the mist, nasty, rizzing stuff more insubstantiable than fog, but impossible to see through. He thinks he's dreaming again, can remember how he got here, but he has to be dreaming. There was a girl at the start, a sad and smiling goth girl. You can stop now, she said, but he was afraid. Afraid of her, so he turned and ran, and there's been nothing but these fucking mist for hours or days or weeks. Mist that clings to his skin like oil, and sometimes he hears things. Sounds the mist pulls from his head, black and vengeful raven wings, the metal snick of a knife opening and closing again and again and again. You gotta watch yourself in these woods. Stay on the path. And he knows that voice, wishes the girl would come back for him, because he thinks he's starting to understand. But the ground grows suddenly solid, then sloping upwards, and maybe he can see a light up ahead. Echo forces down the fear, forces back the phantom sounds. Then someone's reaching for him. Thank you. Oh God, thank you. And this is being born. This is being found. This is the longest, darkest childhood night, and the sudden flip of a light switch. Thank you. I thought it would go on like that for fucking ever. I thought I was fucking dead. I thought I was in hell. But no one answers. Only a chill, dry wind, fading poppy scent, and another realization then, and hello? he asks the emptiness with a voice he's never heard outside his own head. Oh, this dream, old 1,000 times past counting, and never a word of it to anyone until Gabriel Gabe, who listened. This isn't a dream, is it? I didn't think so. Echo looks up then, stares across land scrubbed to raw stone bones by the mocking wind, and wishes again that he'd listened to the girl with a sad smile and silver ankh. To be continued.